Hey, what's going on, everybody? So last video took a little bit longer than we thought it would with doing the wheel well and removing the old fuel lines from Scarlet. So in this video, we're going to end up doing the radiator hose for the lower. It is rubbing on the power steering pump, and we're going to have to take this one, cut it down to size so it pulls out. That way it'll fit real nice in there. Now, the hose itself was hard actually for me to find a hose for it. So that's the part number. If anybody's ever looking to try and find the hose for Coyote Swap's new edge with the stock radiator in it. Now, without further ado, let's get in it. So what's going on here, you can see, rubbing right there on the pulley. And when we installed it in the car, it was close, but from settling and probably the weight of the coolant in there, or whatever the case, it's pulled down and leaking pretty good now. So what we're going to do is take this off. We're going to cut this one to size. That way we know it's good. We know it's not going to be too small on the new one, and we won't have to worry about too much with that. So first things first, we're going to take off the lower clamp and drain the rest of the coolant out of the motor. Okay. All right. So these hose pick tools, very nice again, taking these off. Even though we're replacing the hose, still want to keep it whole because I'm using this one as a test fitter. Time to make a mess. Not too bad. All right. Now we got that apart. Now we can actually just take this piece and start playing with it on this end. See how that works. I'm going to say we'll cut it right about there. We'll start with like an inch, inch and a half. More like half an inch, which is not even close. So even with just a half an inch, actually, once it's on there, You can kind of see it actually moved a little bit. I'm thinking another inch, and we should be good. So with this being the cut that it already is, it's already off the pulley. So if I cut up here now, it should bring it up that little bit more, and that should be enough room for us to be able to cut it, put the new one on, and fill the hole and see where we go from there. We're going to go up top now. Where? So next thing we're going to do is pop off the intake, and we're going to take this lower hose out. We're going to cut the lower hose about ½ an inch or so, and then we're going to try and test fit it. If it test fits good, then we're good to cut the new hose. Okay. Use your hose pick and work it around. Okay. Okay. You can see here, right there's where it's rubbing. It's a perfect spot for the pulley. You know, it is what it is. Okay. And that is much, much better. There's good ½ inch of clearance there. So that works out. All right. So how I'm going to mark this out is with a whiteout. I'm just simply going to line the two hoses up right where they go. I have to make a little mark here, and that's where I'm going to cut. Try and keep your cuts straight. Okay. just like that. So I have a line to cut on. Take away a little bit of the guesswork, hopefully. This cutter works way better off the car. So what we're going to do, because this side went a little bit too short, I'm going to cut it about the same length as this and test fit it. And if I need to cut more at that point, I'll take it back off and we will recut it. All right. Okay. We got both our cuts. See how they fit. Yeah. New hose. I'm going to take off that heat shield just because it'll give me a little bit more clearance, hopefully. The hose goes on there. I'm not putting the clamps on yet. And that's for a reason. All right. That is not enough. So we're going to take another about ½ inch off on this one. Up top here. Your bottom's tapered. Take about that much off. Bottom's tapered, so I only have so much I can take off on there. Pop that back off. And let's cut this up. All right. Yeah, I think we're in business here. Even take another little bit off, and that should be where we want to be at. Perfect. Beautiful. About there. Another, say ½ inch, if that. All right. So while I'm cutting this, is there anything anybody wants to see? Anything that might have been done to the cars? Do you want to see more of the 64? Do you want to see more mechanic tricks? What's some stuff you guys like that you want to see? Let me know down in the comments. Pop that on there. Actually, I think we're going to take more off this now. Oh my God. So that's a lot of space that we actually freed up. Hopefully you guys see that pretty well. So this is the space that we freed up here. It's got much more room now. Put my hands 2 fingers all the way in there. Oh, that's probably good there, actually. Now that we got it all sized up, now we're going to pull it back apart and put some hose clamps on there. And we're going to fill up the coolant, let Scarlet run for a little while, let her boil up, and make sure everything's not leaking now. And we'll go from there. Anytime you pull a hose off, you always want to put the hose clamp in a better place than it was prior. Even though I had it on a certain way, I had to kind of go in on a weird angle. This way I won't have to go on such a weird angle, and we'll be able to hopefully get it off if we ever need to a little bit easier. Still got the 2 fingers in there easily. That's good. I call that good in my books. Alright. Now we got our radiator hose. Like I said, plenty of space here. Put fingers in between here and here. Alright. And go underneath. You see? There's plenty room in between there and there. And now the sticker come off. And that's that. Alright, we're going to fill it up with coolant. Let it run. Put the intake back on first. Then let it run. Alright. Alright. Alright, now. So the coolant's actually kind of filled on this. It just didn't drain all the way. I don't know if it's where the reservoir is or what it is. What's going on here? But I'm just gonna top it off and then we'll see what happens. Now we are planning on going back to like the 95 radiator setup where we'll have the reservoir over here. Probably have to move it from over there to over here. But it'll just be a much cleaner look. And same thing with these hoses, we're definitely going to be replacing them. You know, they got little pinches and they definitely just need to be replaced with something better for the car. We'll cross that bridge eventually. So last time we did a cold start, the microphone completely like cut out and made a bunch of alien sounding noises. So I'm gonna put the microphone over by my toolbox and go ahead and start the car. The thing just sounds like a monster. Can't wait to drive this thing. We're close. We are close. Does not appear to be cut into or anything of the sort, which means I think we can call it good. I think we can actually say, hey, it's not leaking. Fill up more of the coolant. All right, thank you guys for sticking around, watching the video. Let me know what you guys think. Again, if there's something more you guys want to see, if there's mechanic tricks you want to see, if there's other stuff with another car you want to see, if you want to see some more with the 64, let me know. Besides that, I guess we'll just keep on chugging away, and more coming to you soon.